Hey guys, it's Sheepy. I'm here with the Beginner's Guide to Apex Movement. I've been asked a few times about how to have better movement and how you can improve your own movement, so I decided to actually make a short video on it. Firstly, this guide will be for people who are just starting out and know at least the general movements, such as sprinting and sliding. This guide will actually help you with fundamentals, and I will provide some other tips in order to help you actually survive playing Apex, as it can be daunting to know that there's so much you can do. But one of the biggest tips I can give is to actually go and explore the maps and try to climb everything. You'll never know what you can climb and what you'll find. So let's get right into it. But firstly, you'll want to know how to air strafe. Air strafing is very simple. The best way I can describe it is you are running forward, sprinting, and you're jumping, and you will either input your left strafe or your right strafe. This will actually cause your character to drift to the left or right depending on your input. It'll make it a little bit harder for you to be hit. This is also really good in order to push, take cover, or even just to escape. Next up is slide jumping into an airstrike. This technique will help you avoid damage while running away and get you behind cover quicker. To do a slide jump into an airstrike, you'll need to be sprinting. When you're sprinting, you will hit crouch, and that will get you into a slide. Once in a slide, you can jump and input your left or right strafe. This is pretty much just a higher velocity air strafe. Another technique you'll want to be familiar with is hipfire strafing. One of the biggest mistakes you can make while playing Apex is standing still while shooting someone. Your first thought might be that hipfiring is terrible, but Apex has very good hipfire accuracy on most guns. You should be taking advantage of this because this can be the biggest difference on whether you win or lose a fight. My suggestion would be to go into the firing range, pick up any gun, and practice with the hipfire strafing on the dummies. Once you're familiar with the movement, while still tracking, start utilizing it in the game. When you've gotten better with that, start adding in crouches here and there to avoid more damage. This is hard to do, but once you mastered it, you'll be a whole different kind of player. This next part is in follow-up with hipfire strafing. ADS strafing can be useful, but your strafe speed will be slower than hipfire strafing, depending on the gun. Certain gun types have slower ADS strafes. For example, the R99 will have a faster strafe in comparison to using a Spitfire. You'll always want to hipfire close quarter fights, and you will want to ADS for medium range and further. Again, my biggest suggestion is to go into firing range and practice with each gun to be familiar with the recoil and strafe speeds. In this clip, you'll see me utilizing ADS strafing, hipfire strafing, taking height advantage, and always moving to avoid as much damage as possible. When I took the fight with the Wraith, you'll see me utilizing my hipfire strafe while implementing crouches to make it even harder to hit me. Once I down the Wraith, I take a height advantage to make sure I have cover to fight the caustic. Because of the height advantage, I had innate cover so that if I were to back up, I could avoid some damage. Once I down the caustic, I back up against the box to have a bit more cover to pop a bat so that I could fight the Octane. Knowing that the Octane is coming, I hipfire strafe and drop to wrap around to wipe him up from an unexpected angle. This second clip will show how to utilize strafing and armor swapping. Armor swap is extremely important during fights in Apex due to the constant third party. Once you down a person, you can full kill them, or you can fully wipe out the team and quickly grab an armor first and any other essentials, and then rotate to cover so they can at least get a reset. As you notice, I loot the Gibby, do some cover fire, back up, and rotate with my team. I did grab the Gibby's armor before I rotated. Once in a better position for ring, we beam the final team for the win. As you can see, with the second Gibby that I knock, he is running in a straight line without slide jumping into a strafe. This lines me up for me to predict his movement so that I can down him. Be as unpredictable as you can. Thank you for watching, and if you would like an advanced movement guide, please comment below. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe.